Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Coming to you live from the outskirts of the internet. This is the Gaming Saloon for February 22nd, 2020, with your host, Spacebaker 2448 and Rampant Epsilon.
Hi.
We have not a lot to talk about this week.
Not really surprising.
Unless we count all the things in the Animal Crossing Direct, which is probably not a whole lot for us, to be honest.
Nope.
It's cool, but I don't know if I would spend the time being invested into it.
I know I wouldn't, so...
Yeah. But before we get into all the wonderful news, Tommy, what have you been playing in the last couple weeks?
Honestly, just Pokemon outside of what we've been streaming anyhow. Trying to fill the Galar decks. And I'm almost at the 50 Pokemon left kind of deal.
I've registered all the Galar Pokemon besides Zamazatan on home.
Yeah, I've got all but Zaxian on home.
Apparently, we need to do that trade again and pass them into home real quick and then pass them back.
Apparently. Because, there's no good way for us to, just trade in home.
No. I tried doing some of the task stuff to fill out the Pokedex in home.
I started to, and then I was like, screw this.
Yeah, I'm kind of there too. Especially when one Pokemon broke out of like 6 balls, even though he should not have, on me.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, just like, fuck, I don't want to deal with this. Granted, I don't want to deal with filling out anything on the Pokedex until, like, I can transfer everything over and just fill out a shit ton of the decks immediately. And B, there's a bunch of Pokemon I can just take into Sword and Shield and breed and then get those.
Yeah, that's why it don't really benefit you as much.
Yeah.
Because truthfully, I'm wanting to say most of what I have left are Pokemon from previous gens.
Yeah.
So it's not a case of everything I'm lacking is stuff that you can only get in Galar.
Mm-hmm.
I might have 5, if that. That I think are only Galar. But everything else, yeah, they're past gen stuff.
Yeah, and honestly, okay, I might be wrong on this, but didn't Bank pull your Pokedex information to fill out the national dex for itself?
I don't think.
I could have sworn it did.
Oh, Bank, not home.
Bank,
I don't remember.
Not home.
I don't remember.
Actually, I can test that right now. Because all I have to do is not put the 3 Ultra Beast I picked up in Ultra Sun, because I've got the 2 that were version exclusives and the one that evolves. I got its base form, and I need to evolve it. But I have a complication on that I'm going to have to solve. But if I pull up Bank right now, and the 3 of them are registered in the National Dex, it pulls your Pokedex information from the games. Which, I have to ask a question, why doesn't it do that in Sword and Shield? Why?
I have to wonder if some of the problems might be a case of they never planned for Sword and Shield to be on the Switch.
I don't know.
Like, in all seriousness, would it not make more sense for most of them being on a mobile phone if Pokemon stayed on the 3DS.
Kind of, yeah.
That's one of those. That's why I'm like, I feel like they just weren't planning on the Switch being the point of them going forward. I think it was a case of it was a, oops, now we got to do it. I mean, I could be wrong, but I don't know. I'm feeling like that's what happened there. It's a case of they just weren't planning on it, and now it's there.
Yeah, it does. Because the 3 of them are registered, and I've never put them into Pokemon Bank. So Bank pulls your Pokedex information. Why doesn't Home pull your Pokedex information?
Well, like I was getting at, if Home never was meant to be compatible with the Switch, and it was purely supposed to be a mobile only, there wouldn't be a real connection way for that.
Yeah.
That might be something that comes later, in all seriousness.
I would hope so, because filling out the National Dex again, by having to dump everything into Home for it to be registered, is a pain in the goddamn ass. And I do not want to do that. I'd rather just have it pull the Pokedex information. Like, have it pull my bank Pokedex information that is literally at 805 of 805.
I mean, I'm not going through the trouble of refilling the Galar Dex inside Home. There's no way I'm doing that.
Yeah. I filled out the Galar Pokemon, but I don't know if I'll fill out anything else. And also, that, for reference, that 805 is like 2 away from max, because it should be 807. Because I'm missing a Dionysie, and I'm missing the Ultra Beast's evolution. And I can only really do one of them, so I'll be forever at 806 of 806. Until I can get a Dionysie at some point. Which is a mythic, so I'm having to wait for a giveaway.
Yay.
Yeah. But yeah, I'd rather it just pull that Pokedex information than be like, okay, there you go, you're done. Just don't hassle me over this. Fuck off. I did this already. I'm not doing it again. I'm not one of those people who feels like recompleting the Pokedex every single goddamn time. But anything else?
No.
I'm trying to think. I don't think I really have anything. The new Fortnite season, I guess. Because I played a little bit before I streamed it.
And?
It's Fortnite. I like the theme. I like what they're doing, where you have these 4 distinct points that you can go to, and you can disguise yourself as the roaming NPC minions there, and you can just kind of like walk around the base without a care in the world. The only problem is you have to go, if you shoot someone, you drop your disguise, and you have to go back to that location you put the disguise on to redisguise yourself. So it's not the best method. But like, those locations now have a vault that you need to get a passkey for. And in the vault is a bunch of containers and stuff with a whole bunch of loot. And a quick exit out of that location. Which is kind of neat. I dig it. I dig the secret agent theme. I like that the map now updates and shows you where challenges are located.
Well, that seems like something that would have been handy long before now.
Yeah. Like, it won't mark off stuff, so if there's like a thing that requires you to go to 3 different locations, it won't mark off those locations, but it will just say, hey, go here for this, or go here for this. And if there's multiple, it will show a number and show that, hey, there's multiple things here. And it doesn't even have to be like super location specific. But if it's general, it's just in a general like category that's off to the side that you can highlight. And they pop up on the HUD too. So you can see them right there if you're trying to do them. It's just like, oh yeah, go here. It's the little quality of life stuff that I'm digging. But other than that, I like that you can customize a character now. Essentially, every week you'll get a challenge, do the challenge, and permanently unlock one of several customization options in a category for this skin, and you more or less get the customized skin. Or more or less, by the end of the season, you'll have a custom skin.
Well done.
And then for the main skins of the Battle Pass, after you do a series of challenges, you'll get 2 separate challenges, and depending on which one you do, you'll get one version or a different version of the character permanently unlocked. And also, Deadpool is the secret skin, because we're not hiding it. We're just going to make you just do challenges over the course of the entire season to unlock him. And I'm sure they're going to be fun ones. Like, the first one is find Deadpool's letter to Epic, which is just in the Battle Pass screen. And you just click on it and read it. And then it tells you to don't thank the bus driver. So you play a game and don't thank the bus driver. And that's it. That's challenge 1 done.
Well done.
If they're all like that, that'll be fun. But like, otherwise, it's Fortnite. If you're burnt out on Fortnite, I don't know what else to tell you. What to tell you to make you come back, other than there are no more tarps. The tarps are gone, and I am sad. I am sad. My tarps are gone. What else? Played Wonderful 1 on stream. And showed off, I guess, what the game is baseline-wise. I forgot about the motion controls that are required for the separate camera segments. I forgot about that. Because you control the camera during those segments, and it's not the best, to be honest. I also remembered that game will kick your ass. It is not an easy game.
Well done.
But that's pretty much all I got. So, we ready to talk articles?
I mean, I guess.
So, you remember Anthem, right?
Do I have to say yes?
I mean, you can say no, because to be honest, I forgot about Anthem during like end of year stuff, and I'm just like, wait a minute, that came out this year? Fuck, right, it did. Right, that flopped super hard.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. So, BioWare has went on record on their blog stating they will support Anthem, they will make Anthem better, and we are more or less getting a relaunch of Anthem. A la the relaunches we've come to know from the games as service video games that have popped up the last few years. So how do you feel about Anthem doing right on the second time around?
I'll believe it when I see it.
It's weird because Jeff Gerstmann on Giant Bomb listening to him talk about this, and he's just like, I am in between on this because on one hand, there are other fucking video games coming out. We literally have, I believe, Animal Crossing and Doom Eternal coming out on the same day within the next month. Who cares about Anthem? And that's on top of everything else that's coming out this year, like, I don't know, the Final Fantasy VII remake, fucking Xenoblade Chronicles remake, fucking who knows what else which the Nintendo's gonna throw out, the fucking PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X. Fucking who cares about Anthem fixing itself? But on the other hand, I kind of want to see if they can fix this and get a second chance. But do they deserve a second chance? Because how many games like this have we given second chances to?
Yeah.
It's starting to become a very disturbing trend where we keep giving these kinds of games second chances. And I wish they would just be good the first time around and not take a year or more to be good.
Except that won't happen.
Probably not. But in better news? Would you count this as better news?
I don't know.
So Sakurai has put to bed any thoughts of a Volume 3 of the Fighter Pass for Smash by very clearly stating, we're only doing the second one, and that's it. There is nothing past Season 2, or the Fighter Pass 2, or whatever, however you want to call it. Once we put out these 6 characters, we're done. We're moving on.
Yeah, we're moving on to the next Smash game.
Probably. So how do you feel knowing that it's 6 and done?
I mean, I guess it could be worse.
True. I'm curious when we'll get the first reveals to see who's going to start the Fighter Pass. I hope it's someone really good, since everybody is poo-poo Pikachu on fucking Byleth. I kind of want someone to show up and be like, here's your fucking like mind-blowing character. Calm down. It's okay. It's not the end of the world.
Hopefully it's just not another Fire Emblem character.
If it is, I will laugh my ass off. And then quietly not check Twitter for about a week. But unfortunately, we still don't have a Nintendo Direct to talk about. But we do have an Animal Crossing Direct to talk about. So this Direct was split into 3 parts. The first part of it was just recapping a bunch of stuff that's already been shown off for New Horizons. Second part, new stuff. Third part, here's what's going to happen in the future. So I'll try to summarize some of this stuff. So more or less, while you get to pick your island off the bat, by late game, you get to modify the island however you want. Like full like Minecraft, you can just dig a fucking river through the middle of your goddamn island if you so desire. If you want to make it high up, make it high up. If you want to make it flat, make it flat. Also, the phone that you have in the game gives you access to different apps and stuff. Like a I'm stuck, I need to go back home button. And I believe a menu to look through different challenges and stuff that you can get to get you points to spend on other stuff. You also have island tours, which is a thing you can do where you can just go to I don't know if it's randomly generated or a set list of islands, but you get to go to a certain island and like get stuff and explore and then come back and bring that stuff with you. Up to 8 people can be on an island at one time, or be playing on an island at one time. And that's player characters. Any villagers that you invite to your island, you can specify exactly where they are going to live. Like you can set designated spots for like new residents. So you don't have someone just ending up at the far corner of the map randomly. You can get a home, so you can upgrade from your tent. And you can customize your home any number of ways with new rooms and stuff. All of the pixel art stuff from the 3DS games with the QR codes, those are all compatible. All you have to do is just scan the QR code and you can get that on any item you want. Or you can get that item, more or less. You can also choose which hemisphere you're going to be in at the start of the game. And also, something people might have a problem with, there are no cloud saves for this game. If your Switch is damaged or wiped, you can recover your save one time through Nintendo, but otherwise there's no way to like back up your saves, I guess. At least through like cloud saving.
Well done.
Yep. They will have free updates throughout the year. Various seasonal updates. There's one going to be at the launch for an Easter event. And Amiibo support will happen, and it's a more or less a flow chart of sorts of whether the Amiibo is compatible and what the Amiibo can do. So that's a large, long process. So I suggest if you have a bunch of Animal Crossing Amiibo to check charts on that one to see what is compatible and how so. That's the short and long of it. It was a cute, neat one. Isabelle is back because Isabelle is a dorps. Also, you go into debt with Tom Nook because of course you fucking do.
You always do.
Yep. That's pretty much it. How you feeling about Animal Crossing New Horizons?
I mean, granted, I've never really been interested in Animal Crossing, so I'm like, as far as overall for the series.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
It looks good. It looks good. I'm sure everyone who's excited for Animal Crossing is excited for this because it looks really good as Animal Crossing. So I'm sure people will have fun with this in the next month or so. Well, we got one last thing, and it's potentially touchy, depending on how you feel about certain things. So,
yeah.
So Persona 5 Royale comes out next month, and Atlas had an event where people could go and get to play the game early, get a report on it, see how the localization is. And as it's been noted, the localization team has decided to scrub some of the potentially, just to straight up say it, homophobic dialogue in the game from a very specific scene that I forgot about until I saw this article and went, fuck, right, I remember that scene. That's probably a good thing they're probably taking the scene out and scrubbing it. Because, we could be a bit more progressive there. So they're doing that with this scene. I don't know if they're doing it with any more potential scenes. I can't think of any offhand, but it is like a 100-hour game, so I could be missing one. So yes, Persona 5R is being a bit more progressive. Good. Any thoughts on this?
No, because I mean, at least it's good that it's kind of, trying to take away the potential problem before it can occur. I'm sure there are people that are ticked though that the game is getting changed.
I mean, I'll be honest. A change like this, I don't mind because, oh look, we are making the game, we're making a good, or we're taking out any type of bad interpretation of things from this game, especially considering the context of this scene, which I haven't explained because, that little thing just right there under the image kind of sums up everything. Yeah, maybe we do need to scrub that scene because you do not need that scene because bear in mind the scene is played for comedy. A scene described as it is down below. Yeah, maybe we don't need that. Please. So yeah. Like I know people are. I'm sure people are upset about it because people got upset about Tokyo Mirage Sessions and the localization changes on it because kind of like edging close to that line of presentable, considering more or less the legal age of certain characters and portrayals of certain characters. Because just for reference, folks, the legal age is lower in Japan than it is in America. But yeah, I'm fine with this. Like there's good changes coming with Royale, and I'd rather focus on the other stuff that matters. And also, just as a note, the Japanese version of Persona 5 Royale does not change the dialogue at all. It's only the localization that changes it. So while it's not quite all the way solved, it's a step in the right direction. But that's all we got this week. It's a slow fucking week.
Slow is an understatement.
I think the only other things that came up was like E3 related stuff of Nintendo is not listed on the vendor list. They're not at E3, except they are because the ESA came out and said, no, they are. No, they are. Calm down. They didn't back out.
Yep.
Bear in mind, I don't think Microsoft is on that list, but technically Microsoft is at E3. They're just in the building next door to E3, at the building they own.
I mean, we've talked about it before. Truthfully, E3's kind of went downhill in terms of its importance overall.
Yeah.
So it's like,
What else? Jeff Keighley said he's not attending E3 because of the information he knows about what's going to be like about the event, which is ominous because it's not known whether he's referring to, the security leaks with E3 about, oh yeah, if you signed up for E3 within the last couple of years, your information is probably out in the public. Like all your information you submitted to the ESA to, go to E3.
Oof.
Yeah, all of it. 2 years in a row. So yeah, that's a problem. That's a hard problem. But that, or the thing we talked about a couple months back with the activators and the Qtainment stuff, and all that wonderful information about how E3 is going to be, or a mix of both. Who knows? I think the only other short, not worth time thing is Sony's waiting for Microsoft to pull the trigger on their price before they pull the trigger on theirs.
I mean,
and Microsoft
kind of can't blame them.
Yeah, and I don't know if Microsoft may or may not be doing the exact same thing. So we're in a standoff of, no, you show your price first. No, you show your price first. No, you show your price first. Damn it.
Oh boy.
Yeah. But yeah, that's it is a slow week in gaming news. I think that's why everyone really wants a direct, because it's a direct, a whole bunch of game news. Yay. Fun stuff. But shall we talk releases?
I mean, I guess we shall.
Yeah, all the releases.
There's release and a half.
Yeah. Okay. We're going to kick things off on the 24th with Mathland for Switch. And then on the 25th, we have Arcade Fuzz for Switch, Ark Survival Evolved, Genesis for Xbox One and PlayStation 4, Broken Lines for Switch, Conan Chop Chop for Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and Switch, Galark Z, The Void, Skulls of the Shogun, Bonafide Edition, Platinum Pack for PlayStation 4 and Switch, Grizzland for PlayStation 4, Hay Fever for Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and Switch, Infinite Extended Cut for PlayStation 4, Kingdom Hearts 3 Remind DLC for Xbox One. Also, all of Kingdom Hearts is on Xbox now. Yay!
Yay.
Mega Man Zero and ZX Legacy Collection for Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and Switch. Real Heroes Firefighter for PlayStation 4. Rune Factory 4 Special for Switch. Samurai Showdown for Switch. Soccer Tactics and Glory for Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and Switch. Space Channel 5 VR, Kinda Funky News Flash for PlayStation 4. The Unholy Society for Switch. 2 Point Hospital for Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and Switch. And Wasteland Remastered for Xbox One. On the 26th, Castle of No Escape 2 for Xbox One. Edgar Bok in Bolzak for Switch. I'm going to go with it. Hero Must Die Again for PlayStation 4. Wow, I don't know how that ended up there. I must have missed it. One Finger Death Punch 2 for Xbox One and Switch. Portal Dogs for Switch. And Vasilis for Xbox One and Switch. On the 27th, we have Animated Jigsaw Collection for Switch. Boulder Dash 30th Anniversary for Switch. Dual Brain Volume 3 Shapes for Switch. Heaven Dust for Switch. Heroes Must Die Again for Switch. Kingdom Rush Frontiers for Switch. Mousecraft for Switch. MX Nitro Unleashed for PlayStation 4. Served for Switch. Soul Axiom Rebooted for Switch. Under Hero for Switch. Full Voxelgram for Switch. And Wanderlust Travel Stories for Switch. Ugh, I guess 27th is the eShop day.
Probably.
On the 28th, we have a Bio Walker for Switch, Bloodroots for PlayStation 4 and Switch, Bucket Knight for Xbox One and Switch, Code Realized Guardian of Rebirth Collector's Edition for Switch, Depiction for Switch, Gambare Super Strikers for Xbox One, PlayStation 4, Vita, and Switch, Last Encounters for Switch, Loco Sports S. Loco Sports for Switch. I don't know why I added the S. There's not a second S there. Metro Redux for Switch. One Punch Man and No Hero Nobody Knows for Xbox One and PlayStation 4. Pushy and Pulley in Blockland for Switch. Real Mist Masterpiece Edition for Switch. Ritual Crown of Horns for PlayStation 4. Romance of the Three Kingdoms 14? I would I'm not crazy, and that's 14, right?
Yes.
Okay, good. For PlayStation 4, Rune Factory 4 Special, another episode for Switch, Ski Sniper for Switch, Spartan Fist for Switch, Stab 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 for Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and Switch, and Summer and Mara for PlayStation 4 and Switch. On the 1st of March, we have Arcade 1-Up Burger Time as a dedicated console. Because that's the thing that our stuff tracks now.
I didn't know that.
Neither did I. On the 2nd, we have Avo Cuddle for Switch. On the 3rd, we have Grand Blue Fantasy Versus for PlayStation 4, Hall Frame for PlayStation 4, and Spellbreak for PlayStation 4. On the 4th, Baron, Photo is Gonna Fly for Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and Switch. On the 5th, we have Dude Stop for Switch, Ibn Ob for Switch, and Murder by Numbers for Switch. And finally, on the 6th, 60 Seconds for Xbox One, Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Rescue Team Deluxe for Switch, and Save Coach for Switch. So many releases.
Yeah.
Which takes us to quick draws, and mine is Toy Fairs this weekend, and Hasbro decided we're going to announce what the next Power Ranger season is. And it's one some people are not too happy about, because it's the boring choice, because it's the currently airing, and by currently airing I mean it ends next week. Ryu Solgar.
Oh boy.
Yep. Some people are not happy about this because while I can't agree that this is the right option, because it's a dinosaur team and dinosaurs always sell well, it is the smart option because of both of those factors. It is, in fact, the boring option because out of the other four options, the other four options in play for this were Tokyuger, which is Rainbow Trains, Lupat, which is Lupin Ranger versus Pat Ranger, cops and robbers, more or less, Zooger, Minecraft Animal Blocks, and Q Ranger, the largest Sentai team in existence, at like 12 Rangers and space themed and all sorts of other space stuff. So as you can see, this is kind of the most boring option because it's dinosaurs again. And it is also a season we are literally only going to be not going to be that far away from by the time this comes out next year. So, yeah. I get it. I get why this is the case. I do. But it is still the boring option. And it is still this has to kind of prove itself on its own merits before I can even remotely care. Because I still haven't caught up with Ryu Solgar, and like I said, it ends next week. And I have not caught up at all in this last arc. And I was with the show week to week for like 30 some odd episodes. But I got bored by the end.
That's a problem.
Yeah. But they could do things in adaptation to make it work. I'm not going to discredit that. But I'm also just going to say, this is not like, yay. This is more like, probably for a lot of people, myself included. But I'm sure there's a lot more people who are really happy about this, and I say, good, you can be happy about this. I'm not. I'm just kind of meh about this. Although, this makes me, I don't know, I feel like sometimes you either have to be happy or angry. You cannot be in the middle with some people sometimes on stuff like this. You can't be in the gray.
Yeah,
But maybe that's just
I can see that actually.
yeah. Because I'm feeling it with Soto right now, where it's like I don't like Geo, but I still like Soto. I don't want the Geo material, but I'm not upset about it. I'm more like, oh look, this stuff I'm skipping, and I don't think it's a big deal. But yet I keep hearing jokes about it. I'm like, why are you making jokes? This, I don't care. I literally do not care. Why? I don't know why we're making a deal out of this. We all know why this is the case. But yeah, this is the future of Power Rangers, and it just debuted, or it just got the current airing show, Beast Morphers, just came back for its second season this weekend. I haven't watched the episode. I actually not watched several episodes of Beast Morphers since it premiered, so I didn't even realize that in the new opening, the last shot of it is actually from the Gavon episode, but they've just cropped and edited Gavon out from the right side of the screen.
Oh, wow.
And I'm like, aw, so that means no Gavon, even though, like, Saban, like, a season ago, was more than happy to get another metal hero in the franchise for, like, no reason. Yeah, that's pretty much all I got this week. Or pretty much all we got this week.
Which isn't that much.
No. I'm going to have fun doing notes for Ghosts tomorrow.
Ooh. You don't usually wait that long.
I know, but I've been like sick, or like on the verge of getting sick, which means I've been like passed out most of the day. Which, to be fair, it's not it's not the first time I've done notes on Sunday. If it ends up being on Sunday, it ends up being like in the afternoon, several hours before the show, so it's not that big of a deal. I mean it more in the case of, oh boy, is there just a lot of cutting back and forth across different plot lines in the last 2 episodes of this fucking show. And I'm just like, oh, I don't know how to explain this. Because we're 1 minute here, and then we're 1 minute over here, and then we're to the next point, and then we come back to this one, and then we're back over here, and then we're to this, and then we're to that, and I'm just like, oh my god. Oh, something needed to be trimmed out of these episodes. Oh god, please trim something out of these episodes. Oh, I don't care. Oh, please stop. Please stop going back and forth. For my own sanity. So yeah, Ghost is going to be fun to talk about tomorrow. And I also was reminded, because the episode kind of like is like, hey, the Ichigo movie's coming out. And I was like, wait a minute, we're not watching that movie for a while. I wonder why. Then I checked continuity and went, all right, continuity's fucked. Right, we technically don't watch this movie until we're in the 30s. Because that's when the movie fucking timestamps itself to be in the future. Well before all of this takes place. Or well after all of this takes place. What the fuck, show?
Sounds about right.
Yeah. So yeah, that's tomorrow, and this week we are back to Ace Attorney, as I'm going to start Ace Attorney 3, and we'll roll through that. We're going to keep chipping away at Kingdom Hearts. Maybe I'll be active long enough to do more than just one world, because I only got to one world this week. And then a long series of cutscenes when I was just like, fucking end, let me go to bed, please. Oh my god. Please end.
No, it can't end. Ever.
Yeah.
All the cutscenes.
Mm-hmm. That is more or less Kingdom Hearts 3 in a nutshell. It's just like all the cutscenes. I'm just like, oh my god, I forgot how much this game does not shut the fuck up. But thankfully, we're only like 2 worlds away from the end. Well, 2 worlds and then it's over. And then I decide whether or not I actually want to do Remind on stream because I'm not even in the mood to do Remind. Not on streaming. Which makes me go, do I even want to stream this? If I'm not even willing to play it not on stream? Ugh. Fucking hell, Kingdom Hearts. How do you... so yeah. But that's the next week's First of Contact. So until then, if you like what you're seeing, drop us a follow. Really appreciate it. Chipping away at the follow goal. We are 5 away. 5 follows away from me playing probably something I'll enjoy more than Kingdom Hearts 3.
And me playing something I know I would enjoy more than Kingdom Hearts 3.
Yeah, it's something I'm really curious about because I've been introduced to the idea of custom Mario Party maps, and I'm just like, oh, I kind of want to see more games.
Watching Joker.
Yes. Every now and again, I get to catch a custom Mario Party map. Although I'm catching him more now when he's doing Fortune Street. The chat won last night, or the last night or the night before, whichever night it was. I was up and watching it. But yeah, no, custom Mario Party maps make me go, I want to see more custom maps for different games, and custom Halo sounds interesting, and I hope it's good selections.
Hopefully.
If you want updates on when we go live, at TG Saloon on Twitter is where to go. Drop a follow there, and you'll get notified when we go live. And finally, Discord and chat gets you a link to the Discord. Drop by, say hi. We have a Dropbox for questions if you want the show to not end before an hour. Because we will answer your questions here or on the other show, whichever one is more relevant.
You're actually
right. At this point,
it would be before an hour.
Yes, it would. Probably on here since we are lacking in things to talk about.
Yeah.
Anywho, that'll do it for me and for Tommy. Good night, everybody. See you tomorrow.